VShojo has grown to be considered one of the big names in the VTubing scene. Boasting the benefits of talent freedom and having many popular content creators under their wing, VShojo has become one of the industry's titans. However, despite their position in the industry, not everyone is so fond of VShojo. While some may enjoy and even love individual talents such as Iron Mouse, there are many people who still find themselves disliking the agency as a whole due to particular events or members in its fold. In this video, we're going to discuss and explain some of the major reasons why people dislike VShojo, but before we start, I want to clarify something briefly. Most of the positions espoused in this video are not my own, but merely the talking points of those who dislike VShojo. I'm merely explaining rather than making personal claims about the company, and I'll make that clear when it is actually my own opinion. Anyways, with that disclaimer out of the way, let's dive into the infamous controversy between NuxTaku and VShojo. By internet standards, this drama is an old one, however it's commonly brought up as a talking point against VShojo due to how it made the company look to others. For the sake of time, I'll cover what's relevant about the drama rather than giving an incredibly detailed account. Sources are in the description below for a more descriptive retelling, but anyways. The drama began when someone or some group was posing as VShojo in order to gain information on indies in an attempt to swat, dox, and harass them. This sort of social engineering is referred to as a phishing attack, and when these typically occur, it's best practice to actually alert people of a malicious actor through a public announcement or other means. Although VShojo knew about said malicious actor for some time, no public announcements were made, which is a problem since at least 2 people were victims of receiving an email from the malicious actor with no way of knowing there was one to begin with. One of these victims was NuxTaku, a popular online content creator in the VTubing space who I'm sure many of you are familiar with. As a victim of this attempted phishing attack, he would begin reaching out to coordinate with VShojo's cybersecurity officer regarding the matter. During the time, we'd also be attempting to catch and neutralize the threat actor and working on a video documenting what occurred. In this video, Nux would state that the impersonator has successfully been able to swat, dox, and harass many other VTubers, but later said he had helped to report the individual to law enforcement, thus neutralizing the threat. On the publication date of this video, VShojo was seemingly co-signed with a tweet thanking Nux for working with them on the matter, so it seemed like all was well. Nux had caught a swatter and gotten information out to the public, which would prevent people from falling for a similar attack. Audience reception was positive and a malicious individual was thwarted. What could possibly go wrong? Well, soon after the video's release, statements of condemnation towards NuxTaku came out from various VShojo talent. These statements claimed the video he made jeopardized the safety of VTubers, and Nux was told not to post it altogether behind the scenes. Neanders in particular went harder than others on Nux, saying he was drawing unnecessary attention to the issue for quick views, and that he had a history of consistently using her friends for clickbait. Furthermore, going on to say Nux didn't even value the safety and feelings of VShojo talent. VShojo's public stance on the video has seemingly gone from a cosign to a staunch disapproval as they quietly removed their initial endorsement tweet. And with this change in public stance towards Nux in his video, the public perception also shifted. Many VShojo fans and some of NuxTaku's own supporters began calling him out, leading to him releasing a statement on the matter. In his statement, he would make a couple things clear. One being that he did in fact show VShojo's cybersecurity officer the video before uploading, and was not requested to refrain from posting. Furthermore, he stated in the lead up to the posting of the video, he was in a 4-hour call with VShojo's chief cybersecurity officer, an executive of the group, and one of the talent. After releasing this statement, he would remove the video as the community continued to dogpile him for it. Soon after the original statement, another from NuxTaku would be released showing screenshots and providing a more clear timeline of events. The evidence provided demonstrated that VShojo knew about the potential risk posed by the imposter for quite some time, and that he practically had full approval to post the video. Then after the second statement, VShojo would then release their own entitled Addressing Miscommunications.
This document will go through all major misconceptions about Nux's now deleted video, and his replies and apologies. Reality: our cybersecurity team was able to work with law enforcement to obtain the target list from the threat actor. This list confirmed that only 2 phishing attempts were made, one to Nux and the other to Saki. They then gave their own timeline of events, beginning with this hacker creating fake emails from VShojo, and then utilizing the domain vshojo.org to target individuals via email. Nux and Saki got this email, and once Nux received it, he decided to reach out to VShojo's CEO, at which point it was confirmed as fake. Now, this is where Nux's timeline and VShojo's begin to split. Whereas Nux claimed that VShojo had approved of the video being made, here, the company basically makes the accusation that Nux had lied and they had never approved of the video being made. They state that at the same time they conducted an investigation, Nux was also sent a message basically warning him about the implications of posting a video like this. On November 1st, Nux made a tweet suggesting that he will be releasing a video covering the situation. VShojo then enlisted their cybersecurity expert to run communications with him, and he then makes efforts to educate Nux on why this would be a bad move. This was ignored, as were the edits that they suggested. Here, Gunrun also claims that they never endorsed this video. In fact, Nux was told not to make it and did it anyway. But that just doesn't make sense. In this document, Gunrun never claims that any of the DMs between Nux and VShojo were faked. They were all real messages. And in those very DMs with their own cybersecurity employee, it clearly showed that they were okay with the video being made, giving them the most charitable views of their own messages. You could say that VShojo was indifferent to the video being made, as long as necessary edits were also given to the video. And that's the most charitable you could possibly give them. It almost seemed like they wanted it to be made. They said that they appreciated the PSA. And as I said earlier, afterwards they posted a public endorsement saying that they liked the video and had more of their own details to add. Thank you for working with us, Nux. Does this sound like they didn't want the video to be made? VShojo claims that this post was just Discord diplomacy. They say they wanted to give strong warnings, but in a nice way. Remember that Phoenix is treating Nux as we would any media professional, hence the polite tone. But if your way of asking someone to not do something is telling them you are fine with them doing it, saying that you appreciate them doing it, and afterwards thanking them for doing it, then you cannot be surprised or even critical of them when they decide to do that very thing and you get upset after the fact.
Given what was evidenced in the clip I just played, the whole situation looked messy on VShojo's part. Now the drama did end up subsiding with apologies being exchanged on both sides, and with this drama effectively over, you may be asking yourself, why are people still bringing up this drama after all this time to dunk on VShojo? Well, I can't answer that, but I can say the internet, and especially certain parts of the internet, seem to hold on to things far longer than most would. This is why whenever VShojo is brought up in a controversy or situation, people still have a bad taste in their mouth regarding the company and their mishandling of the situation. Admittedly, I don't think the situation looked too good on VShojo either. However, I don't think this alone is worth an indictment of the company as a whole. But moving on, another issue people have with VShojo is the history and behavior of their talent, with the most recent example being a situation involving Silvervale. But before we get into that, have you ever wanted to create your own VTuber related video similar to mine? Well, today I want to share an easy to use tool called DemoCreator. For those unaware, Wondershare DemoCreator is a 2-in-1 screen recorder and video editing software. It is free to download and the link will be included in the description below. Here's a quick tutorial on how to get started with the program. All you have to do is open up Wondershare and go to the all-in-one recorder, then open up that, and then you can start recording your video. And as you can see, my little VTuber avatar over here. And you can click the record button, and then once you're done recording, all you have to do is go up here to the top and click stop, and then it automatically will open up the video editing tool where you can edit your own video. It's very easy to edit in here, and you can even drag and drop your own video files here. It's a very simple tool to use, and I think it's going to be pretty useful for anyone just getting started with video editing. And in addition to the editing and recording tools, DemoCreator has a ton of features that you can mess around with. One of these being the virtual avatars, which you can use by uploading your own existing models or creating a fresh new model with VRoid Studio. As I said earlier, DemoCreator is free to download, so if you're interested, you can always check it out with the link in the description below. Thanks to DemoCreator for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into it. There's been a lot of criticism levied against VShojo as a whole, but even more so at individual members of the agency. As of more recently, this has been shown with the Silvervale drama, which I won't delve into extensively, but I feel it deserves to be talked about. Essentially, this situation involves popular VShojo creator Silvervale deciding to play Hogwarts Legacy on stream, and if you're familiar with why this would be controversial, let me briefly explain. Engaging with things related to Harry Potter has been seen as problematic for a while now due to its alleged anti-Semitic undertones and its creator J.K. Rowling being pretty outright transphobic on a handful of occasions. Many make the argument of separating the art from the artist or the death of the author. However, the common rebuttal to this is that J.K. Rowling allegedly uses her funds to fund anti-trans organizations. Personally, I fall more into the former camp of wanting people to enjoy things even if the author themselves is pretty heinous. However, I am sympathetic to the other side of the argument. Regardless of my own opinion, many trans people and trans VTubers wanted to boycott the game and creators who decided to play it, which would be fine if not for some actors who decided to go the extra mile and harass those who decided to do so. One of the creators who became a target of this harassment was Silvervale, who decided to play the game despite the ongoing boycott and a pressure campaign against others who decided to do so. Furthermore, in an act of awful timing, her auto mod during these gameplay streams accidentally blocked the word trans, which only fueled those going against her. After being the subject of harassment, she broke down on stream, eventually crying and claiming that people had allegedly attempted to dox her. At the same time as Silvervale being harassed, a group of transphobes and outraged fans decided to take it upon themselves to harass and demean trans VTubers in the community. This led to pretty much where we are today, where both sides are lambasting the other for the harassment campaigns that sort of went ongoing during this situation. Now, where do I stand on this? I think J.K. Rowling is pretty awful and I support trans rights, but as stated earlier, I lean more on the fence of letting people enjoy things, even if the creator is pretty awful. I think it's perfectly reasonable to want to boycott the game, and I understand and empathize with those who don't want creators playing it. However, what I don't empathize with is harassing those who do so and deeming them as transphobic. Transphobia is a massive problem, and it can't be boiled down to and diminished to just playing a game by an author whose opinions wildly disagree with their own. I welcome disagreement here, but I just don't think it serves the community to alienate those who are playing the game because they simply enjoy the franchise. I expect there's going to be some criticism from this section of the video, and I hope I've made it clear that I'm not anti-trans or against boycotting, but I am against harassment. Anyways, that's it. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to also check out my video on why people dislike Mori Calliope. Thanks so much for watching this video, and peace out.